So when I started trying to think, okay, what do we put into this pod? So I'm going to go and find some comments from people around inflation. And I read this one, and it was, we've lost faith in money, possibly due to inflation targeting. Why would you save money when it's mandated to lose its value over time? And when you think about that, so what they're basically saying is we're telling people like, stop consuming. We shouldn't be doing that. It's bad. Don't do your buy now, pay later. But as we talked about on another inflation, like, please understand inflation now. It's like, yeah, but with inflation, you're basically encouraging Tom, Dick, and Harry to go out and spend the money because we're saying, well, at the end of the year, if you keep this money, it's going to be worth less.
Yeah.
And so then people go like, fuck, I kind of get this to a degree. But then what that creates as well is you have the people who say, why invest when your money isn't going to be worth anything later on? To the point where now sorted.org.nz with their savings calculator on their website are like, do you want to tick a box here to adjust this for inflation? Like, okay, do you now want it to work out how much you need to be saving on top of so that you can maintain the real value of that money? Because people finally get it. But the funny thing about the people, or the sad thing for the people that are like, why invest when your money's not going to be worth anything later on, is that this is I've already given up. The reason that companies are innovating and trying to grow and whatnot is because they're fucking competing with inflation too. And they're trying to figure out what can we put our money into to try and grow it and get a return that's greater than inflation. And that's what the market does and tries to achieve. We can sit there and go, great, well, I'm going to, invest into those companies and let them do the work for me. But we fall into the like, I read on social media, someone said, oh, what's the point of investing? I don't have much, or it's not going to be worth much in time. That's all good and well for your small thinking brain. But what you want to do when you think like that is go, cool, this Saturday, you win the lotto. Are you still like that? You go into lotto and they give you a financial advisor and they say, look, we're going to help you put this into a bit of work and let's figure out where you want to be and we can invest it. You're going to go, fuck, I'm not investing it. Why would I invest it? It's going to be worth fuck all in the future. They will be like, yeah, but if you don't invest it, it's going to be worth way less. So sorry, what are you talking about?
I'll be investing it straight into a Lambo, baby.
Yeah. So you would be forced to think, and you wouldn't think like that. Your old self would go, oh shit, I might have got that one wrong.
Because you just got thrown a whole lot of responsibility on you, to be honest.
Yeah, and you're not going to want it to, are you going to say to the financial advisor in Lotto like, hey guys, thanks heaps for the say. I'm just going to leave it under my mattress and in 20 years I'm going to pull it out and I'm going to buy all the same shit. Because like, what's the point of investing it? It doesn't matter. Like,
yeah.
And they would be like, yeah, what? You would flip straight into, fuck, what do I do with this money?
Yeah. The unfortunate answer is, I completely agree. I think inflation, effectively it's a tax, but it's not in the tax code, right? Like it's taking away from you at work, it's taking away from your savings. It forces you to be an investor when you just want to be a builder, because if you want to save and protect your energy.
Yeah.
And so I really do see that side of the debate. But unfortunately, the only true answer is to outwork it and out-earn it. And then you do have to find a way to protect it if you can. And
I'll give an example of how you can do that without the investing, just on that, whilst you collect your thoughts there. Because if you're a builder and you're like, fuck yeah, I didn't want to learn about investing, I hate this shit. Remember that you are investing because you're investing into a tradable skill.
yeah,
So if you know how to build a deck and that deck is the same in 20 years, you can come to Luke who can't build a deck and you can say, right, like I can build that deck for you. And in 2023, it might be, let's say 10 grand, but in 2023, it might be double that. 33. But even then, so then you go like, oh, I am protecting my earning capability because this is still valuable to someone. So I need to learn valuable skills. But the same thing, you could go, right, well, I can't afford, as much meat as I used to. But then you bump into someone who's got cattle beasts and stuff and you go, mate, I'll come around your farm and I'll fix a few things. Can you get me some home kill? And you swap your abilities and your skills for that. Well, you're technically not really supposed to be doing that because there's no money exchanging hands and therefore who's getting taxed, et cetera, et cetera. But that's what happens.
That's what happens.
This is also what this creates.
Yeah.
So it's not just like you've got to become the world's best investor to beat inflation. You invest in yourself, get better at valuable skills, and you can go and trade them with people.
Yeah.
And as a CEO, I probably shouldn't be encouraging that, but like
No,
I'm just
man,
trying to highlight the principle of what it forces people to do.
A decade of inflation will encourage that behavior,
Yeah.
you know?
And that will already be happening.
Especially as you slide into higher and higher tax brackets as well. You're like, how can I do this more efficiently? Because that's how we're wired.
Yeah. I don't want to lose 40% of this
Yeah.
to tax.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll, fine.
I think that is a really important point. Like if you do nothing investing, which is kind of like me, you better make sure you're trying to grow your income at a fucking chunky rate.
Yeah.
And, like my personal goals are 30% year on year. That sounds fucking crazy when you
Growth
start
of
doing numbers.
Assets or income?
Income.
Well, yeah. Nice. Okay.
How do you grow your income 30% every year?
After tax, mate, you tell me. I don't know.
Yeah.
No one, probably not many people know.
But if you start chasing down those goals and let's say you hit 20 or 25 or whatever, and then do that over 10 years, I'll bet inflation.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll fucking smash it.
Yeah, you don't worry about these 20-cent coins. You start worrying about the hundies, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, that is one of the solutions to the problem. But it's very hard. You have to be in a pretty chunky mindset to do it.
And if you do it and you get 20, not 30, you've got the skills.
Yeah.
Can't take them for you. Just
Yeah.
like the builder who doesn't want to be an investor, fine. But you now have the skills and you go like, you would get back into an inflationary period and you go like, I know what to do with this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, sweet. I'll look out for like, what could I trade my skills for in return for?
It is. You are a builder behind the scenes.